If I were to ask you to list what some of the most influential and groundbreaking action-adventure games of our generation are, you might answer with the likes of God of War, Breath of the Wild, The Witcher, or even World of Warcraft. These games have shaped and defined the genre in each of their own respective ways. So, what if we could have a game with the moment-to-moment gameplay of God of War, the awe and exploration of Breath of the Wild, the fantasy and otherworldly lore of The Witcher, and the collaborative social gameplay that World of Warcraft came to define? Well, this game already very much exists, and it is completely free.
Rivers give trees their light. Trees that see the fairy side. Whispering, they sing for fall. Shower us in colors all.
What you have just witnessed is Soulframe, the latest game in development from Digital Extremes, or DE, the masterminds behind the success that is Warframe. If you haven't heard of it, don't be too surprised as the game is still in a pre-alpha state, or as DE refers to it, preludes, which are essentially the alpha test builds that are released every few months with large chunks of freshly developed content. As of the time of writing, we are currently in Preludes 12, which has brought with it the new Founders content for those who want to help support the game's development. And even despite of being in such an early stage of development, the package that is already readily available not only has a more solid foundation than that of many AAA games that release today, but also the potential offers as a result is astronomical. So what actually is Soulframe? Without diving too deep into spoiler territory, because I believe the journey of this game is one you need to experience firsthand, Soulframe launches into the world of Midrath, a gorgeous open world that is brimming with life, nature, and a variety of unique characters you will come to know. The peace that once defined this world has been uplifted by the arrival of the Ode, an advanced militant society that has begun to corrupt the waters and wildlife with their Ode and Ica, a substance that inflicts its host with spellsong, a sort of mind-controlling magic auditory weapon. Within Soulframe you play as an envoy, a character who has a special connection to their world via their connection to the nature and the Fae. Although your origins are slightly ambiguous, it is implied that you were taken from a land ravaged by the Ode, and eventually cast out by them as a result of this. Whilst the reason remains unclear, it is likely to do with the fact that you are part human and part Fae, an anomaly that we only gain a better understanding on via the Fae Dagger Witness description. Our oldest tales tell of sacred unions between human and Fae kind, of children who are neither, yet both. Whilst we're on the topic of weaponry, I should discuss the excellent combat systems in this game. Using the power of the Fae, you are able to draw immense power to use in combat. Such power manifests itself in different ways depending on the pact you imbue yourself with. These act as an ability set with unique strengths and weaknesses, and from the start of the game you are given the opportunity to decide between three. Tethran, the Pact of Courage, a skill set built around melee combat, AoE and damage buffing abilities. Siren, the Pact of Grace, this is essentially the rogue class with diversion and stealth abilities paired with the bow. And Oshelda, the Pact of Spirit, built more strongly around spellcasting and healing allies, my personal favourite. With these, along with all the other packs you get later in the game, you can use any combination of weapons to fight and build how you like. However, the skill systems are still a work in progress, so don't fall in love with one weapon or synergy in particular, as they could change at any moment. As a result of your Fae powers, you are granted access to Spectral Sight, which allows you to see the souls of creatures and objectives around you light up, and in the case of enemies that have been smited, rip out their soul. This, however, is not the only purpose of Spectral Sight. Soulframe brings back a long-forgotten and well-loved mechanic from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, allowing you to play your fiddle flute to engage with the souls of the adorable wildlife that roam Midrath and complete other puzzles. This ties directly into the theme that surrounds the game's entire narrative, purifying and protecting the vulnerable creatures of this invaded world. So, now we're left with the big overarching question. Why should you play this game, and what does it offer to you that no other game can? It offers a promise. a promise that very, very few companies on the planet can offer, to produce a highly engaging, beautiful world and story crafted with the community at the forefront of its mind. DE have proven its track record with Warframe, providing a captivating and engaging story with intense moment-to-moment gameplay and a grind that keeps you focused for years to come. All of this experience not only took place with friends, but for a grand total price of $0. And this is a formula they are replicating here, and in the same vein as Warframe, it is completely removed of any egregious paywalls, as every single bit of content can be obtained as a free-to-play player. This brings me to my final point. Why should you be picking this up now as opposed to waiting for full release? For a start, we are still many years away from this game being complete, but the package that is currently offered is so well refined and enjoyable that picking it up now allows you to experience this adventure firsthand with the community and be a part of its foundations as we create this game together. So, how do you actually get access to the Preludes? Well, as it stands, there are 3 clear entry points as of Preludes 12. You can sign up on Soulframe's official website to receive access within 2 weeks at no cost, or you can buy into the Founders Packs, which give you immediate access to the game as well as the Wilds, similar to Prime Warframes, a seed to plant in the Eternal Gardens to cement yourself as a founder for the game's whole life cycle, and if you get the Paragon Pack, containing all 3 smaller packs, you are also provided with a great sword that you imbue your name upon and spread to other players over the years. The final access pathway is via a game code, many of which are provided with the purchase of a Founders Pack, so you can either pick them up from a friend or join my new Discord channel I have set up called The Bloom. There, we'll build a new community together and I'll release regular game codes to members as well as conduct regular drops during my live streams on my Twitch channel when I do start that one up. Details in the description and on the screen. Thank you all very much for tuning in. As this is my first video here on YouTube, please be sure to give me absolutely any feedback you can think of down in the comments. Going forward on this channel, I intend to predominantly cover Soulframe, releasing a variety of guides, lore videos and walkthroughs in addition to any updates straight from DE. On top of this, I have a few video scripts already written up surrounding the psychology of looters and other video essay topics, so if any of those interest you, please do subscribe as it would help me out astronomically. One final thanks to sticking around throughout this entire video, and I hope to see you all again soon. See ya.